Hey gamers, the Red Dragon here from battlestrats.com, and we are taking a look at the Maginot line. In this particular operation, you have to defend for 15 minutes. So first thing I do is I build two bunkers. I build a fortified position and I build a heavy bunker. That's $40. If you do this, I recommend just building both $40 bunkers. You'll see that the cheaper bunker that I put out there, it will also shoot down aircraft, but it goes down really fast. So then after I do that, I take my tanks and I send them up there. You'll also notice that I spread them out. That way, in case a plane comes in, they're not going to get any splash damage and go down faster. After I have my tanks and my bunkers up there, I start building AA. I put 3 into the woods on the left and 3 into the woods on the right. You'll also see that I spread those out as well. After that, I get a barracks and I place some men in the cities because they will push through these cities, and those infantrymen will surprise attack and help you tremendously as far as that goes. After the bunker's been destroyed, I try to send another one out there because I want to keep bunkers up front. I'm also going to start now protecting my left side. You'll see that the Italians are sending tanks over to the left. I keep on placing a few AAs here and there because they do end up sending a lot of planes. During this operation, after so many minutes, you get a super tank and a recon, and then later on in the game you get some a nuclear R.u.s.e. So as soon as that becomes available, I'm going to send that over to the left to back up the bunkers that I have on the left-hand side of the map. So you'll notice that I'm really only defending the front and my left. I'm leaving my right side. There's infantrymen over there. They've actually already taken a headquarters, but they don't really do anything until at the very end of the game. So for the beginning of the game and mid-game, just focus on the front. You'll see that I've built an armor base now, and I'm going to keep on sending tanks out front because that's my weakest point at this part of the game. Also, if you keep the units out of that city in the front, then you'll pick up some more points along the way. Actually, on this one, if you set up your defense like this and you get it right, you actually, I think, pretty much accomplish every secondary objective there is, so you can pick up a ton of points. At this point, I'm really just reinforcing everything I've already got. I keep on sending tanks out, I keep on sending people. I see that that tank line is getting really close to those wooded areas, so I send some infantrymen to hang out in the woods because I noticed that they're really tearing into my AA at this point. I think one of the final things that I build another bunker up north, but before you get to the city, so they're in between. At this stage in the game, my nuclear R.u.s.e. has come out, so now it's mainly just being sure that I'm hitting all the major pockets of enemies that are coming in. Unless you really screw up, it's hard to lose at this point because this nuclear R.u.s.e. is just so powerful and it destroys tons of enemies that are anywhere in range of where you shoot it. One thing you will notice at the very end of the game, I do have some infantrymen that come up from the very south. So when you do this, be sure if you're at this stage of the game, build something to protect your butt so that they don't come in behind you like they do later on in this game for me. But that's pretty much it. Protect your front and your left. A couple of bunkers and that super tank on the left should handle that pretty well, along with some infantrymen on the city. And in the front, just send the rest of your stuff. I did keep one of the anti-tank units that you start out with back behind the city, because if you keep one of those alive, you get more points. It's totally up to you if you want to send them all out front to make sure that you keep that front well defended. You can see my defense held up pretty well. and now I'm just keeping the enemy pushed back. So this is how you beat this particular operation, the last of the one versus all operations. So if you need more help on other operations, I have videos on them. You can head over to the link in the description. It's the Battle Strats free RUSE strategy guide. It has tons of information, tips, tricks, hints on other operations along with playing online multiplayer. So be sure you head over there. Be sure that you also check in and join up with our forums and join in the conversation that we have with other RUSE players. You'll see right here that there's where the infantrymen were coming up from my south. I just started producing a lot of tanks as soon as I saw that, and I moved my arty up north, and I was able to hold it off. This has been the Maginot Line. Thanks for watching. I am the Red Dragon.